Discover our cheap options section at optionstradingauthority.com. You can see the logo there. And wanted to highlight the cheap options section. Now we have cheap options signals. All right. That means we focus on ways of trading where we can use cheap options, sort of for the sake of using cheap options. But what are cheap options? Well, you have some of the older school concepts that get extra complicated in trying to find out a cheap option relative to pricing in general. So let's say there's a scanner that goes across the different options prices, and maybe it compares average true range to the current premium amounts versus how far out of the money, it's how much intrinsic value or not, or how far out of the money and strike, and the calculation is made, and people can look at that option and get excited thinking that this could be a good deal, but okay, it could be a good deal in that if you're tying this cheap options concept to a lull that is a consolidation on the price chart that is coiling, that is building up energy, that's building up restlessness, that's building up irritation, frustration, where traders want the stock to just move so that they can play it one way or another. And so that energy, that emotional energy builds up, and then you tend to get a breakout or a fake out breakout. So the concept of the volatility shrinking, thereby making cheaper options in coordination with a price chart scenario, that's a good one. Okay, that's a smart, logical thing to do that takes into account the full picture of why you would want to buy a cheap option. What's the reason behind buying a cheap option versus just that option's cheap? So in the past, different options preachers would talk about just looking for cheap options as if that was its own magic method. Okay, and usually they were selling some software, right? But maybe the options scanner can be helpful. I mean, you're scanning options prices. If a computer can go through all these options, maybe they can give you, maybe that scanner can give you some trading ideas. So you can go look at a stock and look at the charts, and you can see the charts and say, hey, looky here. I'm going to keep this chart on my radar. I'm going to draw some trend lines or get some indicators up there so that will tell me when this stock is starting to do its breakout, or things like that, right? Or you can have a price alert sent to your email or your phone on TradingView. They have that, so you can do that, and you can coordinate these things and potentially find a home run opportunity. So are you a strategy trader? Well, that could be helpful. Are you a systems trader? Well, we have plenty of those systems here at Options Trading Authority. Plenty very good systems. Now, I apologize. We have done a very crappy job in marketing over the years. Been so into systems development and testing for future bigger plans. So we just kind of let the marketing, we didn't really do much. We threw up some texts and some videos, but then after a while we realized, that's a disservice to people. While we're trying to teach some of these systems and strategies out there to help people out and to potentially make a lot of money, as in our students have in the past, or I should, not all of them. We don't know about all of them. We just know about the ones who write to us and tell us. So we've had some students write to us about their success, and it's been a lot. And we've had other people report on student success, and that has been huge. So, well, I mean, it's good to hear, but it's really not a surprise. I mean, what is a surprise is someone actually getting the system or strategy and then learning it and practicing it and trading it well. So what's a surprise to us is someone actually doing the work, which is not that much compared to anything else, and then they go and go on to just study it so they increase their belief, and then just go do it. Simply do it. Keep it simple. All right, and establish these multiple streams of cash flow. Okay, multiple streams of incomes, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you don't have to. You can have one stream if you want and just compound that, but having multiple streams is a nice concept. So anyways, cheap options signals. You can go here off of the front page on Options Trading Authority. Go click on it, and you can sign up for the Cheap Options Signals newsletter, and we'll tell you about our different services like that, or you can just email us too. But we have some really powerful cheap options signals. Now, our cheap options are based off of the very short-term options, okay, the weekly options, right? But when you coordinate an options entry with a system that is a momentum type of system, you can do some wonderful things with cheap short-term options, which have what? High deltas too. So we don't fool around with out-of-the-money options. I mean, we don't, try to trade cheap options in a ridiculous way, like some young bucks out there, think they figured everything out. There it is, and they dive ahead, and have to learn some lessons. So you got to work out your math. You whippersnappers out there, just don't get too excited. Don't put too much money on one position, okay? Just take it easy. And so with the cheap options, we use a very high delta. Okay, so if we have momentum going in our favor, we get paid. Right? So you can buy an option. You can have the stock move in your favor, but due to premium decay, your options price didn't go anywhere, or may have even lost some, right? But here, we coordinate well, but we pick them due to experience. We picked certain options. It just works out very well. And we have day trading options where it's not like we're sitting there all day in front of the computer, okay? It's not like you are sitting there. It's a very super convenient way to day trade, which is a one-day pop trade. Sometimes we have some 2- and 3-day pops, but the one-day pops are most popular. And so we just put on the position, and then we get out by the close the next day. So if you're concerned about the overnight hold issue with that scammy pattern day trader rule, then what you do is you just use a service that gets in before the close, like OmniPops, okay? Do we have a perpetual pops? I don't know. I'll have to check. And OmniPops is great. I mean, the potential, and I have to use the word potential, right? Disclaimer rules. And so the potential to make a ton of money is very real. So you can go check that out. It's a really powerful system. I don't know why we're putting it out there, but we did. So take advantage of it, right? And then, also, we have here on OptionsTradingAuthority.com the Cheap Options newsletter. Okay, and you can sign up for that for free and learn more about cheap options trading. Ultimately, if you want faster action, just contact us and let us know what you're looking for. We have a lot of products, and that can get really frustrating for someone to find the best thing. So all you need to do is just tell us what you want. Ideally, if anything was possible, okay? And we probably have a solution for that. Been doing this for a long time, and ultra prolific. Okay, prolific. That means we have made a lot of trading solutions, trading systems, trading strategies, and so on. So let us know if you have any questions. But I just want to introduce cheap options trading. It's probably one of the best ways to trade options these days, right? Probably one of the best. I mean, options prices are so expensive on average, and it depends on the stock too. I should say that. There's some good stocks. So we have to pair the options and the options prices and the premium in the options with the average momentum, okay, per time period in that stock. So if we're trading a swing that on average lasts, say, 3 days, well, we have to look at the average number of points we can get with that swing and then compare it to the options pricing. And then we can see, hey, are we going to get paid well for our efforts? So if the options on that stock is too overpriced, the market makers are too greedy, okay? If they're too ego inflated, I can think of a few stocks right now. But anyways, then it's not going to be the best stock to trade. So we looked at, on the signals, we'll look to, pick those for you. We have different stocks we trade on. Anyways, so check that out and let us know. This is a great way to go, okay? All right, and it is a solution for modern markets. All right, thank you. OptionsTradingAuthority.com. You can see the cheap option stuff right on the front page. And the contact button is below, okay? Here. Okay, thank you.